administration. He has some great information to share with you. I'm very excited about this, as I know you are.
Hello, everyone. You know, when Matt asked me to come, and he said it's going to start on 4:30, I was like, okay, we'll probably get a couple of people. So I'm very, very impressed with the turnout here tonight. And, you know, I'm glad you came, because I've got some good information for you. Because I want you to know that I kind of know a little bit about bonding, okay? And I know a little bit about minorities in business, right? So fast forward, after starting the federal government, fast forward about 15, 16 years, and so I started working for SBA. I became the head auditor for a $23 billion venture capital company, and they had this little program called the Surety Bond program that was kind of struggling. So they asked me, did I want to help out with that? So I went there, and I basically revamped the entire program. Because I had experience from the other side, right? And you know, when I got there, I was just amazed that we were taking 15, 20 days to approve an application, and there was a lot of paperwork. So I revamped the entire program. So today, and back then, we only had 5 surety companies that worked in our program, and we did about $2.5 billion in contracts. So now we have 30 companies, surety companies in our program. It takes less than 2 days to process an application. And we also have what's called a quick app, which is, as of right now, you can get a quick app. We don't require any paperwork, and that's $250,000. You can get that approved in minutes. Okay? As of the 20th, 2 days from now, that $250,000 is going up to $400,000. Right? I do know that the surety companies, some of them may look at your credit score for our quick app program, but SBA, we don't require anything. Okay, like I said, that's approved in minutes. In our regular program, we go up to single job, 6.5 million. And if it's a federal contract, we can go up to 10 million. Okay, so we do have companies in our program that they have work program, what we call it bond in line, that has, you know, single job 6.5, and they may have an aggregate of $20, $30 million currently in our program, right? On a regular application, it takes less than 2 days. So how does our program work? Well, as a contractor, you would meet with an agent, one of our authorized agents, and the agent gets whatever information. Matt is an authorized agent. Right? Right? So you would meet with an authorized agent. The agent gets all the information, whatever they require. There's like 3 forms that SBA require. And once the agent hits the send button and he goes to SBA, we have 3 offices that does underwriting. That's Seattle, Denver, and DC. Once we review it and we make a decision, like I said, for a regular application, it's less than 2 days. On a quick app, it's within hours or minutes or whatever. And we're very flexible. You know, for example, if Matt is working on an application and has a quick turnaround, all he has to do is contact one of my managers, and you know, we'll get it done, right? That's our attitude. So let me tell you, SBA's Surety Bond program, it was started in 1971, and the whole purpose of our program is to help companies who have difficulties getting bonded in the standard market, right? So when we partner with companies, you know, if the underwriting criteria in the standard market is the same as if they partner with us, then what are we doing, right? We're not really doing anything. So this is what we tell our partners, and it's up to them to follow what we say. Two of the biggest things that we do. In the standard market, if you're trying to get bonded, they're going to ask you for 10% working capital, cash in the bank, right? Cash, right? So we tell our surety partners, we're okay with 5%. So we've helped a small business reduce the working capital requirement, right? Also, in the standard market, if you have a business line of credit, the unused portion of it, they won't consider that as part of the working capital, right? Am I making sense? If I'm not, stop me, slow me down, right? So not only do we help the small businesses by getting them to 5%, but we allow the unused portion of a business line of credit for you to meet that 5%, right? So needless to say, you may have companies who don't have cash in the bank, but they have a business line of credit and they're eligible for bonding in our program, right? So that's the major advantage of using SBA program, and you know, so when you think about SBA's bonding program, and you know, we're helping companies who have difficulties in the standard market, and they get bonded through our program, right? So what do you think the default rate is in SBA Surety Bond program? Anybody want to guess? 0, I wish. Whoever says 0, I wish. It's less than 4%, right? And that is because, you know, we have great partnerships. We have surety agents, agencies, and surety companies who are committed to helping small businesses, right? We do about $11 billion in contract value. We count bid bonds because a lot of small businesses, you know, there's a bid requirement, a bid bond requirement, so if they can't get a bid bond, they can't even get into the game, right? So we do about $11 billion. As far as final bond contract, we do about $1.6 billion in companies, in contract dollar value, companies who actually got the job, right? So it's a program that's out here, but I like to, you know, and it's evident by some of the conversations I was having before we started here, right? Whenever you're talking to like small businesses, minority businesses, everyone talks about, you know, $1 million jobs, right? Everybody wants to do $1 million job, right? So one of the things I try to tell people, and other than SBA Surety Bond program, I want you to walk away with this, right? And that is, number one, $1 million job is extremely difficult to do. Okay, you can't just put people together and say, let's do $1 million job, right? That's number one. And if you default on that project, most likely your business is gone, right? So I know we got someone in here who's an accountant. I want you to add up 4 things for me real quick. 250 plus 250 plus 250 plus 250. Anybody get that? Well, what does that equal? So, you know, and what's the advantage of doing 4 $250,000 jobs as opposed to that $1 million job?
That's why you're going to default.
Yes. Okay, what else? Okay, what else?
Able to work at your capacity without straining yourself.
What else? So this is what I say. If you have one job and $1 million and something goes wrong, and you know, when people say something goes wrong, it doesn't have to be a skill level. It doesn't have to be how long you've been in business. It could be a relationship issue, right? That causes something to go wrong. Like I said, you're gonna go out of business, right? Now, if you have 4 companies and one of those $225,000 contract, you have issues with it, then you got 3 to help you out. 3 to help you get out of whatever situation you're in. And if you even stretch it, you say 2 of them, you still got 2 that's going, right? So my thing is, forget about that $1 million job, because if you are going after a $1 million job and you don't have consistent employees, the infrastructure is not straight, you haven't developed a relationship with suppliers, okay, you're not going to survive, right? And everyone, and I hear this all the time, and I listen to all these conversations, and you know what? Get together with this person, they can do this, they can do that. You know what? It's a recipe for disaster. Okay? But it doesn't mean that you are never going to get to the $1 million level. It means that you should work at a manageable level, grow your business, build your foundation, right? And then, most surety companies, what they're going to do is, if you completed a $250,000 job, then the next time they're gonna allow you to do $500,000 job, right? Ron? Okay, Ron is with one of our surety companies called Quinn Foster. Ron Diggs, he's the chief underwriting officer. So I got people here, whatever I say, plus I'm in the church, so I can't lie. So whatever I say, you know, I've got people who can double that. There are some people here who have even submitted applications to SBA, and they know that it's a pretty simple process, right? So, like I said, the most important thing I want you guys to understand is, you know, go after those smaller jobs, build your capacity, you know. Yeah. So that's one of the most important things I like to tell people is that, you know, you may not be able to be at that $1 million level today, but if you do things the right way, you can get to that level. Because like I said, as you complete a job, the surety company will most likely double the capacity that they do. Like I said, we do about $1.6 billion in final bonds. Those are contracts that were actually let by whoever the obligee is, right? But the capacity to SBA Surety Bond program is $6 billion. So we have a lot of room to go, right? So there's a program that's here for you. It was designed by someone who used to be where you are and understand the needs of the small businesses, right? And I tell my staff that, you know, it's our job to make sure we get it done. It's not, you know, we pride ourselves in customer service. I think I'm going to stop there. I want to know about your questions after Gustavo speaks. Who I met, 6 years ago? About 5 years ago. So it's good to be back in Chicago, and I'm looking forward to your questions. Thank you.